Hello everyone, welcome back to another video where today I'm going to be talking about an alleged leaked spin-off, and I'm going to be talking about this not only because I kind of want to debunk the leak itself, and a lot of you have actually asked me my thoughts on this, but also just to talk about the concept of the leak itself and why I think it would be a dreadful idea. But before we get into it, if you could do me a teeny little favour and click that subscribe button, it'd be very much appreciated. Thank you so much for the support on the last video. It's been absolutely insane. That's almost at 10,000 views at the time of recording this. It probably will make it, which is absolutely mental. We just passed 21,100 subscribers. Thank you all so much. It genuinely means the world to me. Doctor Who is going to some really interesting places in the future, and I'm excited to cover it all with you guys. So if you are new to the world of Doctor Who and you enjoy hearing Doctor Who news, feel free to subscribe, and let's just get right into this. So as far as I could tell, this was where this supposed leak originated. Huge Doctor Who leaks coming down the pipeline. This was from an unknown account called Movie Gossip, with news that David Tennant and Catherine Tate will star in a 6-part series for Disney Plus called Partners in Time. The 60th anniversary trilogy begins next month, 11th of the 11th, 23, which is the rumoured date for Star Beast. Now, immediately, you sort of look at this and you go, this is bait, this is fake. And yeah, I mean, apparently some people have linked this poster to the poster of Wrinkle in Time. And also, I find it odd that they make mention of Disney Plus streaming, but not BBC streaming. Realistically, if there was going to be a spin-off in this vein, it would be on the BBC in the UK as well. But anyway, I think this is pretty much obviously fake, you know? Other people have covered it on Facebook. In fact, the RuPaul's Drag Race family said, Doctor Who fans, in the lead up to the 60th anniversary next month, a new leak from the BBC and Disney has revealed not one but 2 spin-offs coming to Disney+. The first is an 8-part series around the organisation of UNIT and stars Gemma Redgrave, Ruth Madeley, Freema Agyeman, John Lynch, Bertie Carvel and Ingrid Oliver. But the most exciting of all is a David Tennant and Catherine Tate 6-part series called Partners in Time, which follows the Rift Doctor and Donna Noble's new adventures in time and space. So basically the pitch for this is the 14th Doctor and Donna carrying on their adventures post the 60th, I suppose. Hence the name Partners in Time, as a riff on the Series 4 episode, Partners in Crime, as well as the fact that I guess they're travelling through time and they're reunited after all this time. I will say, as a fake title, it's a good title for a show like this. But it's pretty obviously not real. But the reason I want to cover this is, for one, a bunch of you were saying to me, like, oh, can you cover this? Like, if you can see here, someone spoke about it, and then someone outed me in it. Like, you guys wanted to know my thoughts on this. I don't think this is real. The UNIT spin-off, I think, has more of a likelihood to happen, and even that is not confirmed. But I do think there is some likelihood in a UNIT spin-off, given the UNIT Tower, the return of Kate Stewart, the prominence of UNIT both in the 60th and Series 14. I think that one's a little bit more likely. But this one I don't think is. But I just wanted to talk about the concept of this, because I've seen some people talking about this, and I kind of agree with William Hugh's sentiment. This is trending on Facebook, but it's most definitely not true. The UNIT spin-off, sure, that's probably quite likely. I can't see it being this specific cast though. Yeah, I agree with that. The second idea, very, very unlikely. That would absolutely undermine Ncuti and Millie. Not going to happen. And yeah, I fully agree with William here. Like, what would you essentially do with a 14th Doctor and Donna miniseries, a 6-part miniseries? The reason the 60th is an intriguing prospect is because it's the conclusion to this arc of the Doctor and Donna. That Doctor was never quite happy with the way their life panned out. Donna's memory getting lost was a big tragedy. So I think opening that back up again and exploring like a post-end of time 10th Doctor is a really, really cool idea, because that Doctor was known for his vanity and stuff like that. Essentially what I'm saying is there's a lot of narrative potential in an older version of that Doctor and sort of reintroducing Donna Noble into the fold, you know, giving her a family now. There's a lot you could do with that. This, though, from what this, you know, again, I'll say supposed leak suggests, again, I don't think it's real, would be essentially Series 4 again. And that's the beginning and the end of the extent of this from what we can tell. And I just think it'd be a terrible idea. As William Hugh said, not only would it completely undermine Ncuti Gatwa and Millie Gibson, but I just don't know what the story there would be that you would tell that isn't just the main show but in the style of Series 4. And I know some people have asked me to speak about certain leaks revolving the 60th. I've not done it because To be frank, I've covered some leaks that are more likely in the past and being copyrighted claimed for them, so I've been very delicate with that. But one of the suggestions people have been talking about is the idea of a split or bi-regeneration. The idea that essentially 14 and 15 could basically split into 2 incarnations for the finale to the 60th, which I think makes sense, personally. But they would continue as that beyond the 60th. So essentially, 14 and 15 would go their separate ways, 14 continuing his own life outside of 15. And I don't love that idea, because I think as a finite thing, David Tennant coming back for an anniversary makes total sense. It makes complete and utter sense. You know, get the public back on board, whatever. But having these 2 Doctors coexist, even if you don't bring David Tennant back after that fact, say for example he is just about on Earth now, everyone is going to be asking in every story that Ncuti Gatwa does, why doesn't the 14th Doctor, David Tennant, just show up and help out? I just think it opens up too many problems. And like I said, I don't really know what the narrative potential in this would be. And I do worry a bit, as much as I am excited for the 60th, about Tennant becoming too much of a crutch beyond the 60th. I really want Ncuti Gatwa to have his time in the spotlight, and I'm sure he will. And I will preface this by saying that this is a lot of speculation I'm doing, and they might not do any of this. But ideas like this is exactly what I do not want to see spin-off-wise. If we are going to see spin-offs, make it stuff that we've not seen before. If you're going to do a Doctor spin-off, for example, I'd much sooner have, obviously the obvious answer, a Paul McGann 8th Doctor spin-off, maybe set in the Time War, but, you know, maybe not. A limited miniseries with him that explores a different part of the Doctor Who universe that we've not seen. You could even maybe film it in the style of like a lost 90s season. That'd be really cool. You know, you could do it in 4x3. I don't know how, you know, broad of appeal that would have, but I'd watch it, and I'm sure a lot of you guys would too. But with the Paul McGann spin-off, there's value in seeing something we've not seen before. And the issue with the idea of a David Tennant and Catherine Tate 6-part miniseries is that is just series 4. And a lot of people already have that complaint about the 60th. I'm not personally one of those people. I feel that they are continuing the story and adding to it, and sort of, from what we've seen, it has a lot of narrative justification with the Toymaker as well. I think that makes total sense for him to do, basically create this trap for the Doctor that is his old face reuniting with one of his old friends who, if she sees that old face, will literally explode. But this just doesn't make any sense to me. Like I say, I think it's about as real as any UFO sighting of the last 10 years. But I wanted to talk about it more because of what it would represent rather than whether it's real or not. But that's about all I have to say about this. If you do have different opinions, feel free to let me know down in the comments below. I'd genuinely be curious. Do some of you think this could work? Whatever your thoughts are, drop them down in the comments below. Like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you do, and I'll see you later.